Welcome everybody to the AME television show. I'm your host Jason Dowd, and I have got a lot of great things to bring to you guys today. First off, we're going to Dade City, and we're going to go to the Giraffe Ranch. I love Giraffe Ranch. I love animals. Anybody that knows me knows I love animals. And this was a really great experience because I got to get real up close and personal with them. I fed lemurs, I fed otters, I even fed a rhinoceros and giraffes. They came right up to me. I felt their tongues. I had my hand on a rhinoceros's mouth. We did a lot of video throughout the day of the things that I experienced there, and I'm going to show it to you guys. This is a place you definitely want to see if you're in the Tampa Bay, Pasco County area. It's a great place to get a hands-on experience, safari-like feel without going to Africa. So let's go to Dade City and the Giraffe Ranch, and we'll be right back after this. Hey everybody, I am here at the Giraffe Ranch in Dade City. I'm with Elena. She's the owner of the place, and we're going to talk to her about this amazing zoo that she has going on. Welcome to the show.
Thanks.
So tell me about this place. What inspired you to have this type of a zoo?
Well, I should say that I own this cooperatively with my husband, and this was his brainchild for the most part. We used to go to Africa a lot, and going there really made us sort of think that it was possible to hold animals and show people animals like we learned on safaris in Africa. And Florida mimics many countries in Africa very nicely in terms of environment, and so it's an easy. So we thought, this is a great idea, and we also thought, it's a way to show these animals in as natural way as possible and still keep it safe and customized for our guests.
Well, it definitely is. I mean, we're going to be showing you some of the stuff that we just went through. What type of interactive exhibits do you have here that people can interact with these animals but not get hurt?
Yeah, good, right, exactly. Everything is guided here, and again, that's as much for our animal safety as our guest safety. But we do have a few additional options. Certainly coming on and doing the basic tour with us, you get to feed giraffe, but additionally, we offer a ring-tailed lemur feeding, we offer a rhino encounter, we also offer an otter feeding, all of which are very interesting and very different. But only available to guests coming on. So that way we can ensure that everyone gets to do what they'd like to do.
And you also have camel rides. How cool is that?
We totally have camel rides. And you can do a shorter ride to ensure that you get to do a ride with us. Certainly we do a full-on expedition. And outside of going to Kenya, Africa, I think we're the only place in the country where you're going to be able to see the kind of animals we're holding here in the manner, and show them in the manner in which we're showing them, which is pretty unique. So, yeah, Kenya's it. So we'll take you around. It's about an hour that you're on camel. Typically the tour has a little bit of a walk because we've got some smaller animals that we're discussing with our guests. But, yeah, you'll go out for about an hour and game view with us, and then when you're done with your ride is when we'll take you back and you'll feed giraffe from the back of our vehicle, because it's unsafe to feed another animal from the back of an animal.
Absolutely. And what about these Segway tours that you have? That looks really cool, especially if you've never been on a Segway. They're amazing little go-getters type things.
It is, and just because you may not have been on one before doesn't mean that you're not able to ride one. So it's a totally different experience, certainly from the camel or the vehicle, and we want that. You feel a little more vulnerable because even though you're on the back of an animal when you're game viewing on camel, which is equally interesting, on the Segway you're more eye to eye and you feel like you're part of the food chain, a little bit. Just like when you go to Africa where there are things out there sizing you up as to whether you're edible or not. But yeah, it's a guided tour, and we typically can only take about 4 individuals per tour. You do want to be 14 years of age or older, and we do like to have a weight limit of 260 pounds or less for that.
And what type of animals do you have here in this establishment that people will get to see?
So the animals we're holding here we're specific about, and we are holding well over 400 different specimen of animals, well over 70 different species. And they are, not to mention actually what volunteers onto our property, because we've got 3 sort of different ecosystems all on one facility. We have a hardwood hammock area, we have an ephemeral pond, and then we have a sandy veldt area. So the animals that we hold, either they're not doing well in the wild and you can only find them being bred in captivity by places like us, or doing fine in the wild but maybe you've never seen them in captivity. They're a little odd. We think, our guests might like to know more about them.
So what type of little creatures do you have here that people could see? And I know you have the rhinos because we're going to feed some rhinos here, but what other things do you have?
Well, we've got pygmy hippo, we've got little creatures, we've got colonies of guinea pigs, we love pigs, so we have several species of both domesticated and wild pig here. We've got, for the most part here we try and focus on hoofstock animals, and as I have explained before to some of our guests, that's because in our lifetimes alone, at least 30 species of some of these hoofstock animals we're holding are no longer going to exist in the wild or in captivity. So we try and focus on that here. But we also have a fair number of primates as well. But our focus is to breed these animals because that's the way we think you're going to bring them sustainably into the future. And what types of food do you have to keep on hand? I mean, what do they eat? What types of things do they do throughout the day? Well, for the most part, the animals that we have want to do well in a Florida environment. So with our hoofstock animals, we either have grazers or browsers. Certainly, we do some supplement because we do have a winter here, and so either they're on hay or we're giving herbivore diet additionally. But everybody's got a job, which means that they're either mowing our grass or browsing our trees. And typically, when you come out, you're going to see what happens in the animal world. You'll see food, sex, danger, all those things happen. Things are breeding, things are having babies. You're seeing herd dynamics, you're seeing all kinds of interesting things that happen in nature. And what's nice about it is we try and explain things to our guests so that either we're confirming what they already know or maybe we're teaching them something they've never seen or heard about before. And where do you get your animals from? Are they from private collections that people just want to give up? Are they from zoos? Where do they come from? We're specific about where our animals come from. Some do come from zoos, but again, our focus is on breeding, so we want to be careful where our animals are coming from and where they're going to. And typically there's not a lot that we trade out or certainly sell because we're trying to build large herds of these animals, and it's difficult to do that. As easy as it may sound, it's actually more challenging than one might think. So, but we do some trades with zoos, and they have to want to breed animals. And we're an accredited facility by the Zoological Association of America, so this is not a hobby. There are some formidable barriers that have to be met in order to just hold some of the animals that we're holding, not to mention breeding as well. So. And what if somebody wants to give you a donation? They don't actually have to come here to be able to support you, I'm sure. You bet. Donations are, very helpful, and it goes to our bottom line immediately. It helps for not only keeping our animals healthy, but it helps with our conservation projects. So certainly we welcome donations, but, just people coming out and being a visitor can help our project, and that's the goal, is just the more we can educate people, the more we'll get them excited about animals. And little people are the future, and if you can touch something, that makes an emotional connection, which makes it memorable, and then you start to care about stuff, and that's the goal. And do you have to have any type of appointment ahead of time, or can you just show up and go on one of these tours? No, reservations are very important. You must have a reservation to come on. And the good news is when you're here, you're not here with a lot of individuals. So we really limit the number of people per day we allow. So we stress flexibility with our guests. But yeah, you call us, you make a reservation, and we do hold our reservations with credit cards. When you come to us, however, everything is preferably handled by cash or check. And how can people find you? That's the most important part here. Well, you can look us up online at www.girafferanch, all one word, spelled just like the animal, GIRAFFERANCH.com. And thank you so much for being a part of this. It's an amazing experience, and anybody that gets a chance to come out here and see this, please do so. It's a eye-opening experience.
Are you stuck with a timeshare? Did you attend the presentation and were seduced and enticed into buying that great vacation and investment? Now you're in the terrible position of trying to figure out a way to get out of that mess. You're not alone. For over 15 years, BuyYourTimeshare.com has been helping people like yourself get out of timeshare ownership. The fact is, there is no resale market. Unscrupulous telemarketers call you and say they have buyers waiting, and the next thing that happens is you give them hundreds of dollars for an ad, and you'll never hear from them again. Another fact is that an identical timeshare to yours is being offered on eBay for $1, and no one is buying it. If you want out of your timeshare, I urge you to go to buyyourtimeshare.com or call them at 877-94-HELP-ME. That number again is 877-94-HELP-ME. Buyyourtimeshare.com. That's buyyourtimeshare.com. 877-94-HELP-ME. 877-94-HELP-ME. The AM/FM 24/7 Roku channel broadcasts all of our shows on demand. To ensure reliability, we store and stream our content on the same servers as Netflix and Amazon. Our Roku channel is free to use, and anyone owning one of the more than 10 million Roku devices can watch our channel at no cost whatsoever. If you have a television show or are thinking about producing a show, you can be a part of AM/FM 24/7's Roku channel. Watch our great shows on your Roku device. It's free and more reliable than cable TV.
Alright guys, I know a couple weeks ago we featured Lauren Wyans on our radio show, and I told you that when her new video came out, we were going to debut it right here on the AME television show. Well, it's out. This is Sexy Goodbye by Lauren Wyans. You're going to love the video, and we'll be right back after this.
Movement over skin on skin is forcing me to give in, 'cause I like the way we sin. And I'm gonna miss your moves, and I'll miss lying next to you, but a girl's gotta do. And we try to work it out. Working out is all we do. When we do what we do, when me and you get together.
Some of your sheets, your life a fairy tale. Our lifestyle perspective completely parallel. You got the face of an angel, but I'll give you hell, 'cause my sex drive got no license, baby, I need some help. So try me for the end of the night. You'll be giving confessions like he ain't doing it right. I'm out of town, always catching a flight. Before I wake up and get it, come and kiss it goodbye.
Kiss me and then lock the door. If you're not coming around here no more. We're coming to an end, only we know why. I'm still addicted to your style. Give me your sexy goodbye. Goodbye. Sexy
Are you stuck with a timeshare? Did you attend the presentation and were seduced and enticed into buying that great vacation and investment? Now you're in the terrible position of trying to figure out a way to get out of that mess. You're not alone. For over 15 years, BuyYourTimeshare.com has been helping people like yourself get out of timeshare ownership. The fact is there is no resale market. Unscrupulous telemarketers call you and say they have buyers waiting, and the next thing that happens is you give them hundreds of dollars for an ad, and you'll never hear from them again. Another fact is that an identical timeshare to yours is being offered on eBay for $1, and no one is buying it. If you want out of your timeshare, I urge you to go to buyyourtimeshare.com or call them at 877-94-HELP-ME. That number again is 877-94-HELP-ME. Buyyourtimeshare.com. That's buyyourtimeshare.com. 877-94-HELP-ME. 877-94-HELP-ME. The AM/FM 24/7 Roku channel broadcasts all of our shows on demand. To ensure reliability, we store and stream our content on the same servers as Netflix and Amazon. Our Roku channel is free to use, and anyone owning one of the more than 10 million Roku devices can watch our channel at no cost whatsoever. If you have a television show or are thinking about producing a show, you can be a part of AM/FM 24/7's Roku channel. Watch our great shows on your Roku device. It's free and more reliable than cable TV.
Alright guys, I'm going to take you to Newport Richey right now, where I ran into Jason and Cassia from the 90-Day Fiance on TLC. This is a really interesting interview for me because ever since I started watching reality television, from MTV's The Real World all the way up until what we have today, where just about everything on television is some type of reality television, I've always had my doubts, and I wondered if they really threw in a lot of drama. Is it staged? Is this real, true life? Do they really act like this? Well, the 90-Day Fiancé basically has two people that have a foreign partner, whether it be the female or the male, and they have 90 days to get married. And they got to do it long distance. So this has a potential to have a lot of either reality or a lot of drama or a lot of both. And Jason and Cassia are going to take you through their experience with TLC's 90-Day Fiancé and give you an inside look about what reality television is really all about. So let's go talk to Jason and Cassia right now, and we'll be back right after this. Hey everybody, we are in Newport Richey, and we're going to be talking to reality TV stars Jason and Cassia from TLC's #1 show, 90-Day Fiancé, and we're going to be talking a little bit about the reality television. I'm sure you guys all have interesting questions that you wanted to know, and they're going to help us answer it. Welcome, guys.
Hey, thanks for having us.
So, one of the biggest things is reality television exactly the way we see it on television?
Reality TV is exactly what we see on television.
What? I don't think so. I think he's mistaken.
I'm being sarcastic. You know, it's TV, and nothing in TV is ever impromptu. Mm-hmm. There's a rhyme to their reason, no matter how you look at it.
What do you think of your experiences doing it? Would you do it again? Would you suggest that somebody else try out for something like this?
I would say my advice to somebody who's thinking about going into a reality show, search out someone who's been on reality TV and ask them what were the good and what were the bad of you doing your reality show, and then just see what they say.
Yeah, because I think people think they are getting on TV show and they're going to get famous and rich and everything will be fine, but no, you have your fair share of problems, like crazy people is stalking you, trying to find your address, phone number. Is crazy.
Don't forget that guy from Walmart who goes in and out of the aisle thinking, wait a minute, do I know them? I don't know, should I approach them? And then they finally, it comes to them that they recognize us on, exactly where they saw us from, and then they say, oh, you're him. Yes, I am him. And then they say, and you're her. Yes, yeah. She's her. So we've done that a few times at your area, Home Depot, Walmart, Kohl's. So we got we got used to it.
Yeah, the trade show that the guy got crazy.
Oh yes, and then we go to your area trade shows around the community, like Orlando and Tampa, and there's someone that goes like, ah, ah! And we're thinking, hey, I like the attention and everything, but just can you calm down a little bit?
They really do that.
So they get into it. So if you watched it and you got into it the first time, you stuck around through the whole thing, and you certainly followed it. So I do appreciate someone's loyalty. Don't get me wrong, but what are you gonna do?
So how did you guys get onto the show? First of all, I mean, how do you seek out and find these opportunities?
That's a funny thing you asked. I was actually minding my own business. I don't watch this kind of stuff. I'm watching the car show I'm watching CNBC, and my dad said he was watching the car show, and I guess the car show is owned by Discovery Media. Discovery Media owns everything, and he told me about this show. So I went on the website, and this guy is wearing a tie, and he goes, "Hi, do you think your life is a TV show?" And I'm thinking to myself, I don't know, maybe. So I'm like, what the hell? I'll email the guy. So I emailed the guy. I said, hey, I'm Jason. I'm going out with this 23-year-old from Brazil. We've been going out with each other for 2 years. If this interests you, maybe you ought to have someone give me a call. So about a week later, I got a call, and they're like, oh, hi, we really want to know your story. And I said, oh, well, we're not really interested. I don't know what I was thinking. So they're like, oh, no, we really want to know. And I'm like, well, I haven't even talked to the girlfriend about it. I'll talk to her about it, and I'll get back to you. So I didn't even get back to them. They called me again a week later. Hey, did you talk to her? Did you talk to her? And I'm like, yeah, and she's just not really excited about it. Well, can we talk to her, please? Can we? So then I'm like, well, no, I'll give it a go. I'll really see if I can sway her. I don't know. We'll see. So I call her, and what'd you say?
No.
Absolutely hell no, you said. So I said, honey, this is what's probably going to happen, and this is what's going to happen, and this is what won't happen. So we made some educated decisions based on my experience, and I convinced her to do it. And we fast forward, a year later from getting married to what you saw on the television show. TLC came to us and said, we really want you. We really, 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 really do. And I said, fine. So that's how it went down.
What is the 90-Day Fiance all about?
Well, someone here in America going out with somebody overseas. And I go to immigration, and I want to bring her over on a visa. Not a tourist visa. They call it a K-1 visa. It's good for 90 days, and I got to marry her here legally, in 90 days through the courthouse, circuit clerk and everything, signed the papers, we're married, solemnly swearing on the whole jazz. And you got 90 days to do it. Now, it's recommended that you get married before the 90 days so you can get your paperwork in for her permanent resident. Mm-hmm. And some of those things were kind of, let's just say, accidentally not mentioned during the show, like when she should get her Social Security card, when she will be technically a citizen, when she'll get her employment card, all the things that we were, let's just say, told that this show was going to be about. They were going to educate people on the 90 days and what it's really like to get a bride over here, or a spouse, or a soon-to-be spouse, and then not to mention, showcasing our true love story. They're going to show us yeah. So did I believe it and say, oh my God, this is going to be great? No, I knew they were going to show some BS, but to the extent that they did, it kind of surprised me.
Yeah.
But
a lot of people think that we met in 90 days and we don't know each other before it. So they think, oh my God, you just know her and you just met her and you marry in 90 days. No, it's not like that. The couples have to meet, I think, once, right? Before they do the interview.
At least once. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in person. So it's not like he just picked me in a magazine.
So where were you from, and how did you guys meet?
Well, I'm from Brazil, Curitiba, and we met on Facebook by a common friend.
And was it love at first sight? Did you guys kind of start talking to each other? Were you friends first? I mean, how did it all happen?
She hated my guts.
Yes, I did. Since the first day.
I was a real a-hole. And I'm a real a-hole now.
Yeah.
So I haven't changed much. And she was a real piece of work who needed a real, an attitude readjustment. And, the old saying is, how's that working out for you? Well, I'm still trying to work on her attitude.
And I can see it's fierce. I mean,
so, the show's provided us an opportunity to take the remote control and press rewind and look at the instant replay of our relationship, at least the 50 minutes that they showed. Our relationship was 126,900 minutes in the 90 days, and they showed about 50 minutes. It was a television show. You know, it started with the television show, and it ended with a television show, and there was a television show in the middle, too. So, in between, we took it upon ourselves to pretty much video document just about everything we did during the 90 days. So when we're bad-mouthed by that 61-year-old, twice divorcee, no one even goes to her house, or her family and her daughters don't even watch the show with her, and she's on the computer typing about how much her hair is terrible and she looks like a prostitute and all these scathing, awful things that they say about her online, I could say, look, I got a video of what it was really like during the 90 days. So you know what? I can feel better. But all the other couples, unfortunately, they didn't really document any of their relationship during their 90 days. And they filmed all this stuff with the TV network, all this good stuff, like going to the movies, going date night, going to play golf and doing all these things. And they didn't even get edited. They didn't even get edited and aired as a bonus segment on TLC's website. And it's just like you wasted 90 days of the most precious time capsule that you could have had in your relationship with your new international fiancé. But luckily, I took it upon myself to throw a camera in her face when TLC wasn't filming her.
Okay, so what are you guys doing now? And since the air of the show, when does it air, and how can people see it?
Well, Cassia and I, she's very talented. She's more of an artist than I am. I'm more of a salesman. We took it upon ourselves to facilitate and kind of work with a few connections I've made in the year I've been here. And what we've done is we've taken a simple product. We partnered up in co-packing with a company in Orlando. We're rebranding gourmet snacks for your area car dealer, your real estate agent, your insurance salesman, putting their logo on it and sending it to their customers as a thank you, to solicit a referral, or more customers. And it's been working out for us. And right now, with the launch of the television show October 4th, Sunday night, we are going to go retail. We're going to go mass market and retail. Anybody, let's just say a K1 couple, international couple, just you and your wife, you want to send us a picture. High quality, we're going to put it on top of the box. We're going to decorate the product with the decals of the picture, and we're going to mail it to your wife at her work and just say, honey, I love you, from Jason. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're going to do. We're going to rebrand our item, and it's going to be fabulous. Check us out, giftingfun.com, giftingfun.com.
Well, that's what I was going to ask next, because obviously they got to have some way to finding you guys. Well, so thank you so much for coming on, sharing your experiences with us. We'll definitely have you on again, and we'll talk more about fun TV and other kind of cool stuff that we got coming up. So thank you, guys.
You bet. Thank you. Check us out in December. We should have our book done by then.
Are you stuck with a timeshare? Did you attend the presentation and were seduced and enticed into buying that great vacation and investment? Now you're in the terrible position of trying to figure out a way to get out of that mess. You're not alone. For over 15 years, BuyYourTimeshare.com has been helping people like yourself get out of timeshare ownership. The fact is, there is no resale market. Unscrupulous telemarketers call you and say they have buyers waiting, and the next thing that happens is you give them hundreds of dollars for an ad, and you'll never hear from them again. Another fact is that an identical timeshare to yours is being offered on eBay for $1, and no one is buying it. If you want out of your timeshare, I urge you to go to BuyYourTimeshare.com or call them at 877-94-HELP-ME. That number again is 877-94-HELP-ME. BuyYourTimeshare.com. That's BuyYourTimeshare.com. 877-94-HELP-ME. 877-94-HELP-ME. The AM/FM 24/7 Roku channel broadcasts all of our shows on demand. To ensure reliability, we store and stream our content on the same servers as Netflix and Amazon. Our Roku channel is free to use, and anyone owning one of the more than 10 million Roku devices can watch our channel at no cost whatsoever. If you have a television show or are thinking about producing a show, you can be a part of AM/FM 24/7's Roku channel. Watch our great shows on your Roku device. It's free and more reliable than cable TV.
All right, guys, welcome back to the show. It's Halloween season. It's October. It's my favorite part of the year. It's fall, which means that the leaves are going to be turning colors. It's getting crisper outside, and that also means the start of a lot of great seasonal holiday programming. And it starts right here with Halloween. Growing up, this was one of my favorite things to do, is gathering around the television and watching these shows with my parents and my brother. And unfortunately, they don't have as many for Halloween as they used to. But if you're an 80s kid, you know how important those shows were to your childhood. Well, I happened to do a little research, and I found a lot of them, and you can still see them right now. The first one is Buttons and Rusty. Buttons and Rusty portrays a bear and a fox that are best friends, and they go out on an expedition, and they find a witch. That's what the show Which Witch is Which. Mouthful to say, but it's a great, great, great special. You can find that on YouTube. All you have to do is you can do Buttons and Rusty, Buttons and Rusty, or you can do Which Witch, Witch is Which. You can find it on there. That's a great one. I know anybody that's seen it will love it. The next one I have for you is Scooby-Doo and the Ghoul School. This was a classic that I fell in love with. It's about Shaggy and Scooby, and they go to this school full of basically teenage girls, and they have some amazing adventures with them. That can be seen on YouTube. Now, they have a full-length version, and they have a couple little segments of it, so you won't see the whole thing, but sometimes you have to go to part 1, 2, 3, and 4. They are on there. Try to find the full version one. That's the best one that's out there, and I know you guys will enjoy that. Then we have The Great Bear Scare with Ted E. Bear. This is a classic. Now, the animation isn't that great in it, but it doesn't have to be. It's a cute story about Teddy Bear who's going to go to Monster Mountain and see if there's really something up there to be scared about. What he's going to find is a bunch of monsters up there. But he came up with the thing that, fear is being scared of the unknown. I live by that with everything that I do. It still sticks with me today. That's an old 1980s classic. Go check it out. It is on YouTube. The next one I have is Dr. Seuss' Halloween is the Grinch. This one's on YouTube. Go check that one out. We have Scary Tales by Disney. There's a bunch of versions on there. I went looking through a bunch of them. There's some that only have like 1 or 2. There's the intro. There's a full-length one. The full-length one is the best because that's about a 95-minute one. There's also one that's 145 minutes, and it has some of the best clips from the movies, the shorts, and everything else that Disney has that's scary. And it's a really cute thing to watch. It's a lot of fun. Try to find the full-length one. It is out there. I saw it. I watched it just a few days ago, and it's definitely worth it if you can do that. If you don't have the time, the shorter ones are just as good because they all are the same clips. They're just broken up into different segments. Then I have Adventures of Ichabod and Mr. Toad. This is a great one that I used to love to watch. Go check that out. It's like a mixture of Scary Hollow and Wind of the Willows. Great thing to watch. Go check that out. That is also on YouTube. Then we have Raggedy Ann and Andy, the pumpkin that wouldn't smile. Unfortunately, the version I found on YouTube wasn't the greatest quality. I mean, you got to remember, these are like early 80s, so this is like 4:3 format. But it's still a great classic to watch. So go check that one out. And it's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown. Everybody loves that. That's on television just about every single solitary year. And it's going to be on this year too. But if you can't wait, it is on YouTube. There are a couple of different segments that you can watch. You can watch 1 or 2 segments, but they do have the full version. Go check that out. Now, if you really want to see it in a great way, watch it on Roku. If you have a Roku box and a Roku account, add YouTube to it. Then what you do is you go take out your cell phone and you can search whatever shows you want on your cell phone, and then you can sync it to your television. So you don't have to watch it on your tablet or behind the television or behind the computer. You can watch it on the television the way it was meant to be watched. So that way everybody can enjoy. So we got a lot more coming. I'm going to look for on our next episode some 90s specials that I know you guys will like. So That's all we have for today. I hope you guys go and enjoy it. And also check out our website, www.theamemagazine.com. There you'll see our magazine links that we have, our television link, and our radio show link. And you'll be able to see anything that you saw in today's show there. We have everybody set out. We have their links. We have their addresses. Any which way you can contact them if you're interested. So until then, next time, guys, stay creative and keep those creative juices flowing.
Like, OMG, you were on TV and junk.